FCC Commissioner Brendan Carr says the biggest issue is bureaucratic delays, and he joins us now. Brendan, good to see you. So explain, again, $42 billion, 0 people connected. You say it's bureaucratic delays. Explain that for us.
Yeah, look, in 2021, Vice President Harris agreed to lead the administration's signature $42 billion plan to get millions of Americans connected to the internet. And as you note, 1,001 days later, not a single home or business has been connected. And in fact, not even one shovel's worth of dirt has been turned. And it gets worse. The administration is now confirming that it won't be until sometime next year at the earliest that any construction projects even get going. And this makes the program led by Vice President Harris the slowest moving federal broadband initiative in modern history. And the reason why is it's gotten wrapped around the DEI axle, importing DEI requirements in the process. They've inserted a climate change agenda that they want people to pursue. And they've added all of these extraneous political considerations that have nothing to do with just quickly getting Americans connected.
I want you to, Brendan, though, because I can hear people say this, well, if the money's not being spent, then what's the harm? You have to explain the harm, because is it being wasted somehow? Is the money being spent not just on what it's supposed to be spent on, if that makes sense?
Yeah, the biggest harm is we're leaving families stuck on the wrong side of the digital divide needlessly. I was just in Pennsylvania last week holding a roundtable with some of the community members that are supposed to benefit from these dollars. Pennsylvania alone was supposed to see 1.16 billion of those funds to connect about 280,000 homes and businesses. And they're just still stuck waiting. And I talked to education leaders, healthcare officials. I mean, having a high-speed connection is so vital to so many components of our lives. Those people should have been delivered on the promise of high-speed connectivity by now. Same here at Nevada, where I am today. Nevada was supposed to get 416 million of that 42 billion to connect over 44,000 homes and business. All these people are just getting left behind needlessly, and that's a real cost.
Well, I think there's 2 costs here. One, again, I come from a place where it's rural, and there's either really crappy broadband or they don't get access to it. That's important. But also you have people who have businesses that are willing to move to these lower populated, lower income areas and set up shop, but they can't come because they don't have the internet infrastructure there. And so you're losing on both fronts. But is it possible to go with a Starlink? I mean, there's no shovel there. Just buy the satellites from Elon Musk, and boom, you have this high-speed internet, anywhere in these rural areas. Is that possible?
Yeah, you're exactly right. In fact, back in 2020, President Trump stood in the Oval Office and in the White House and announced a plan to get Americans quickly connected. And one of the results of that is we awarded for $885 million a contract to Elon Musk's Starlink to quickly bring high-speed internet to hundreds of thousands of locations all across the country. Well, flash forward to last year, and the government revoked that 2020 award for reasons that, to me, seemed more like sort of partisan score settling rather than just getting Americans connected. So you're right. This is a program, the $42 billion, that is worth fighting for. And the truth is we can quickly correct course, get rid of the DEI requirements, get rid of the climate change agenda, get rid of the technology bias, let Elon Musk's Starlink compete on a level playing field. Then you can see people quickly connected with this program, but we need to change course.
Brendan, you changed course by changing who is running the country.
And that's one way, but the other way is just for the administration to get things together. And I hope that we can change course sooner rather than later. We could change course next month, get rid of the DEI requirements, get rid of the climate change agenda. They've been chasing states with putting price controls in because they're artificially increasing the cost of building broadband in this country. And to counteract that, they're imposing price controls on how much you can charge. So we need a course correction here. I'd prefer to see it sooner rather than later. But look, the trend line's not great. If you look in Pennsylvania and here in Nevada, they have a weighting system that the Biden-Harris administration has imposed, and you can get 100 points potentially for this. They're putting speed of deployment at 1 point out of 100. That's not the right direction.
Hope springs eternal. I don't think you're going to see Democrats move away from these DEI initiatives. Hopefully they would, but I don't think they will.
Yeah, they'll course correct, Brendan, and I am Dolly Parton, and my new album's coming out next month. Brendan Carr, thank you so much.
Thanks, Brendan.